Another edition of Ashley Haden's Political Breakdown. If you've kept an eye on the week's news, you know that we're heading towards the final days of damnation. So this may be the last one of these ever. This week my guests are...
Hi, I'm Max White.
And...
Hi, I'm Patrick Brusnahan.
Wonderful, wonderful. We're going to have fun. Who's got a news story to start with?
Well, I suppose start with the biggest one, right? The UK's got a new Prime Minister.
Yep, voted for by,
I think it was about 50 people. 50 people altogether vote for it. More people vote for, family fortunes. Okay. Like the answers on the board. But what is it? It's 0.8% of the UK?
Was it 0.13?
0.13% of the UK vote for the new Prime Minister.
So if I may ask, being the American,
no, go on.
Can you break it down, explain it? Would that bother your viewers if you explain
the
situation?
No, fucking viewers. How dare you? No one watches this shit.
Okay,
he won't mind.
Just for your great name. So basically, you appoint your Prime Minister. It's not a democratic situation.
Oh, well, normally
usually it is.
Okay.
But this one stepped down, so they have to vote for the leader of the party, who, as a result, will actually be Prime Minister as well.
Gotcha.
So they vote for the leader of their party, who is actually Prime Minister as well.
And that's Mini Trump, right?
Yeah, that's Boris.
On the plane.
I didn't see now. People call him like Mini Trump. There are small similarities, but I don't think there's actually that.
No, it's just a lazy term.
Yeah,
like Bolsonaro in Brazil is like, oh, the Trump of Brazil.
But
it's the guy in Hungary, the Trump of Hungary.
Yeah. It does seem though that it's like as a caricature, and again, not knowing anything about Boris Johnson though, it's all under that. It feels a lot like is it Berlusconi in Italy back in the day, where it's just larger than life, big hair, big character.
Yeah,
it seems like they're all kind of playing the same game.
It's interesting because Boris Johnson is utter scum, like impressively so. But he was brought up in the scummiest part of the UK, which is the upper classes.
Okay.
So going to like Eton, everything was set up for him to lead. That's what we do in this country. Anyone who's if you go to places like Eton and all of this, going to the Bullingdon Club and all of this stuff, you are there being told since you're very young that you are going to lead in the future. You're going to be a leader. And so he's been brought up as the likes of Cameron and fucking Jacob Rees-Mogg and all these tiny penis pig fucking cunts.
Let's not kink shame, folks.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, pig fucking. If you're into it, you're into it.
You're into it.
It's illegal.
Is it illegal?
Bestiality is illegal. Yes.
Oh.
I don't. It's not my country.
I'm
not into it, but I'm just surprised it's illegal.
Does your new guy grab pussies?
No.
Yes.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, he must do. I just haven't heard the stories of it.
Yeah. No.
He's a serial womanizer. I know.
Yeah. He's got he has 4 children with one of his wives. He has one child that he's gone to court over, and another potential child that no one knows if they exist or not.
So he just sounds like every other politician, even in the States.
Oh yeah, I mean he's
a regular guy.
Yeah, but he's a mixture between a conniving piece of shit and thick as shit. Either which way, he's shit.
Okay.
Truly. And what's your take on the cabinet?
On the the cabinet. First of all, what people like is because it's the most diverse cabinet ever in terms of minorities. In that they've got 4. Is it 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6, which is the highest ever, but they're all monsters.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing.
Do you have any renegades going for you? Do you have like an AOC, like our version of the AOC, which is like Thompson Light in America?
People think our AOC right now is leader of the Lib Dems, Joe Swinson, who honestly would kill you with secret police if she got the chance.
Yeah.
For looking at a picture of a joint like Duterte in the Philippines.
So I mean, she's we don't have hope.
It was once Corbyn, but it's been a long time, and it doesn't seem like that spark's gone. A lot of people are fading away.
How many years ago was Corbyn?
4.
So that was I think that was the first time I came here. Was it right around then? Yeah, I remember people talking about that.
Yeah, 4 years, and everyone going on. Look how many prime ministers leaders of the Tory party he's seen in his term. And by accident.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's a lot like Ebola killing. Like, look how many people Ebola killed. Yeah, but he didn't mean it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Ebola.
It's a virus.
Oh, I thought you meant Ebola.
Yeah, I don't know him. Is he?
Yeah, what bowler?
Do you miss Theresa May?
Was Columbine actually a bowling thing?
No.
So, but is this like a terrorist thing where it's like if you kill the former leader, a worse one emerges? She's going
to be incredibly happy because it didn't take her long to no longer be the second worst PM we've had in the 2010s. Because everyone goes on about how she's the worst. No, Cameron was vastly worse.
Okay.
Cameron was the one who got us into this shit. Theresa May was incompetent, vile, disgusting, racist, everything you could possibly fucking want in a Tory politician. But she was not as absolute suicidal as David Cameron.
So was it the dancing that finally brought her down? Because that's what made the news in the States.
Yeah, it's partly that.
Yeah.
The dancing a bit, politics in general. Favourite TV shows, NCIS. I don't know.
That should be an election question.
Yeah, it's just like, describe one episode of it, and thereby describing every episode of it.
Holy shit. Wow.
She liked to go walking.
Do I like to go walking?
No, she did.
Oh, she liked to go walking.
Hiking, that legitimate hobby. But then every time she went on a walking holiday, she'd like come back and call an election or something like that. It was thinking time. And she said, when asked if you've ever done anything mischievous as a child, I'm like, as a kid I used to run through fields of wheat. I'm like, okay, this is from the W.C. Fields book.
Yeah, that sounds like an Ambien dream. That's,
you beat the Ambien, you go to the other side.
That's like, have you ever taken Ambien and then tried to accomplish a task and then you wake up in a field like
fuck.
I think like Russell Crowe described it as what do they call heaven in those times? Elysium.
Yeah.
You like wake up in fields in Elysium, like you crossed over.
It's all shit, basically.
Was it always leaning towards not Corbyn, towards Boris Johnson? It was always going to be him.
Yeah, pretty much. He nearly got it last time, but he was betrayed at the last minute by Michael Gove,
who managed to get back into cabinet.
Yeah, because Gove, he knows how to play the game. He will never not have a cabinet position.
Okay.
But he's got a weird cabinet position. He's Minister of the Duchy of Lancashire or something like that.
Yes. You guys have fucking names here.
Well,
yeah, I know, it's ridiculous.
Ashley could be royalty. I look at everyone here, this could be stereotypical, maybe even prejudiced, but I'll picture all of you in medieval times. So if there's a guy in the street that's a wino, I picture him as like in full military regalia.
Yeah.
Ashley, I think you would just be a fucking asshole, like landowner, kicking people off your land.
Yeah,
you probably talking sense into it.
How did that happen? How am I the bad guy?
No, you're not the bad guy.
It sounded like it.
No, I just picture you. I mean, I would be friends with you, but I have asshole friends.
I'll be the sort of guy in the background, we can't do that, guys, but I never really do anything.
Yeah, you'd be like the lovable guy that talks a little sensitive, and then he hurts your feelings at the arc of the climax, and then you're like, you come back and realize that he's your buddy.
Where's all this coming from?
I'll be the guy going,
it's a compliment.
It doesn't sound.
I'll tell you where I'd see myself. I'd be above you, owning the land you own.
Literally, the floor above.
Yeah, and no one would be talking to you.
You wouldn't be around because America didn't exist then.
I know, that's true. We didn't.
The worst thing the UK ever did was not kill those guys.
Let's call
it called India back then.
And we shut up. We're like, we're looking for India.
Yeah, Red India.
Nah. Hey, this isn't India. Nah, fuck off.
It looks like India.
I did that with the train earlier. I showed up at like Aldgate, and I was like, Whitechapel.
Yeah.
I insist.
I'm in India. Is that phone 6?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. So the cabinet's awful. Our leader's awful.
Yeah.
It's all pig shit. Yeah, we're going to have a general election once they've come back from holiday, because they're all on holiday now for 6 weeks.
Now, I'm guessing
like
your news
children.
here. Do they keep like children? Do they keep tabs on like? Do they do like a counter of days on vacation or on holiday or like?
Everyone takes the sort of same time away.
So it is, but it's not like, because in the States we have like. Trump basically rallied on the fact that like Obama's taking another vacation day, and then within like the first 6 months he had taken more than Obama did ever.
From flying to Mar-a-Lago every weekend.
Yeah, the White House
play 12 over par.
Yeah, to be a shitty golfer.
Our politicians don't actually take tons of like holidays within.
No.
because
the press will jump on it.
Yeah, and because they have too many holidays as it is.
Yeah.
Like they're literally like children. Like in this country, children have the summer holidays, which is like 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
They would have the Easter holidays, and then they have the fucking like a
Christmas.
spring holiday and Christmas and everything else. The politicians are off all of that as well. They have the same holidays as fucking children.
Wow.
But they're not allowed to go anywhere nice because, like, oh, you've gone to, you've gone to Thailand. What's wrong with the good old British countryside?
Oh,
So they'll have to go on holidays in Skegness and
hang out like
Hastings.
Hugh
Did
Grant
I-
in the suburbs.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
Did I dream the time that Tony Blair went on holiday to Robin Gibbs' house?
Yeah, no, that happens.
Yeah, I thought so.
Wait, didn't he? Oh no, I'm thinking of when he went and met with Obama, or was it Bush?
It might have been Bush.
Bush.
And he showed up in jeans.
Yeah.
Remember that? And then he
Tony
changed.
Blair was a jeans prime minister.
Well, yeah, but he wore jeans, and then he thought it was going to be casual.
Yeah.
And then he like basically dipped out and was like, "Oh shit, I'm underdressed." And there's a photo of him with his like little hands in his little tight British jeans.
Yeah.
Like, pre-paint on jeans were popular.
Tight
That's
British
kind of
jeans.
In Thai British jeans, we saw like the first time we saw like a prime minister's boy pussy. You know?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
his tight ass.
His little English.
Yeah,
foreskin.
the hole in his
Yeah.
pocket. He was touching himself up with
Yeah.
like the English landed gentry though.
Yeah. This drink is top notch, by the way. I appreciate that. I have nothing like a. Is it 2? Quarter to 2?
It depends what time you got here, really.
Yeah, it's midday somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I want to move on to next piece of story because I think we can all agree we've covered that. We've gone through the. Fucking, I hate it.
And if we need to, we can always come back to it. Bring up some more Boris Johnson stories.
Yeah.
Yes, Iran.
Wait, I
Yes,
forgot. On my flight over here, I got upgraded to the big seat, and the guy next to me was talking.
Yeah.
He was saying that I know Boris Johnson. This is an American business guy who lives in London. He's like, I see him around my neighborhood when he used to live here, and he can't be that bad because I quote, he rode his bike.
It wasn't even his idea, the Boris bikes, was it?
No.
Is that a thing?
Livingston.
I was like more
Yeah,
like.
he was. There's tons of photos of him riding his bike, and when he was mayor of London, the previous mayor's bikes, you know the bikes all around that you can rent and stuff.
Yeah, those pieces.
Yeah, those pieces of shit. They came in and everyone's called them Boris bikes, even though it wasn't his idea.
Yeah, it was Livingston's
Okay, sorry, I
idea.
just want to make sure I told him that.
I believe Livingston got that idea from something about Hitler.
Yeah, it was weird that Ken named them Boris bikes. So name them Ken bikes, Ken. They're yours. It's weird.
So we're going to war with Iran. It seems like.
Is it like a team sport? We are too. I think.
No, I mean, you lot are going to do your own one, and I think we're going to do our own one.
Let's face it, we'll do the heavy lifting now.
Well, I mean,
We'll meet in the middle somewhere.
yeah, because I mean, probably you'll.
We'll just
I mean,
build
Trump said the other day that
I was 10
getting
minutes
into a
away
war.
from going to war, but I didn't do that
Yeah,
shit.
if I get into war with Afghanistan, I'll kill all the 10 million in 10 minutes.
Kill her in 10 minutes, wipe him off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
He's a real. I mean,
But I won't do. Like, yeah, but that caveat at the end doesn't make me feel safe.
It shouldn't. The
That
guy's
is fucking
he's-
mental.
Talk about children.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like, you know, this is what I'll say about being an American right now. I mean, there's a lot of things to cover. But here's the thing with Obama. Despite a lot of the issues with like the drone strike campaigns and all these things that we all know what's going on, he's still a wartime president. But there was a feeling in America that it was so nice to be like, you know what, he has it covered. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of he's a gentleman, he's a statesman, he's a diplomat, and his wife loves him. You know what I mean? Or anyone's partner. Like
He's a nice guy. He hits the war base, the hospital, and the funerals at the same time.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so there's no time for grieving. No one's that.
Yeah, and it's amazing though that it's like once that's gone, it's like if I would equate it to having, you know, like a stepdad that throws the ball around with you, but you're like, oh, my real dad. Then you get the real dad. He's a real piece. Like your mom left for a reason.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And you're like,
you didn't realize you escaped.
Yeah, but now the stepdad's off like fucking, you know, models with
the stepdad was a bit coarse to me sometimes, but he would sing My Way after.
Yeah, true. Wait, My Way, like the Usher version, or
the Usher version mixed with the Frank Sinatra version.
Okay, all right. That'd be good.
I mean,
did anyone watch? Have we put boots on the ground yet? Has anyone done that? No.
What?
No.
Boots on the ground, send troops in.
No, well, we don't know. I mean, you'd be amazed.
Well, there's probably
yeah. They send in reconnaissance and that. They send in reconnaissance.
Some hick with a turban and a beard, dressed like the Sultan from Aladdin.
Some so-called operators.
All this started because of Trump as well. It's amazing because it's straight away one of the first things he did, getting out of the because once he got out of the Paris Accords, the other thing he got out of was the nuclear deal with Iran. So we're getting out of it, and everyone else went, no, don't.
For as much clout as he claims to have, I can't believe for a second it's not him. That it's him totally. I wouldn't say more. It's corporations. I mean, they've had eyes on that for a long time.
Yeah.
Look at Iraq. I mean, that was the dream for so
nothing
much
Trump has done really has been his idea.
Yeah,
it's been the last person in the room's idea.
I think he's a great Monday morning quarterback. Like he has the idea. Like, and there's I think there's a New Yorker article recently where they were talking about how he's basically doubled down on the idea that if something happens, he'll take credit for it if it's bad or good. But if it's shitty, he'll be like, well, this is disinformation. I'm purposely fucking with you. It's this whole. Is that the QAnon or what's the conspiracy? QAnon. Yeah, is that the whole thing going on?
I didn't have the time to look at that. I spent too much time on Pizzagate and Epstein to focus on QAnon as well.
Pizzagate was the child molesting.
The child molesting in the basement of Comic Ping Pong Pizza in Washington.
That's right. That's right.
And they went to the restaurant and found out they didn't have a basement.
This world is so fucked.
Is it?
Oh, every time.
It's just more apparent how fucked it is now.
Well, is it? Okay, and this we were talking about this last night actually.
If Osama bin Laden was alive today, he'd have Instagram.
Yeah, it's pretty
We
funny.
can see what porn he'd have.
But like, it's also weird with like, it's so funny because I remember being in university during 9/11. I remember where I was, as we all do, and I remember the war drum though being beat, and I remember people taking a hook, line, and sinker, like the price of American flags skyrocketing, all this shit now. And then you cut to, it's been like, we've been at war longer than, more than half of my life.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, America's been at war since America started.
Nah, we've been meddling in affairs, but in terms of actual declared war, we haven't. There was a long time when I was younger that we weren't. We had a good 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, I'm quite young. I've never known peace.
Yeah.
There's been constant war.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys a little more colonial than we are. I mean, you could consider like India or like Hong Kong. What year were you born? Can we talk about that?
I was born 92.
Okay, I was born 82.
I was born 88.
Damn, fucking young kids, respect your elders.
I don't respect my elders because you fucked everything up.
Respecting elders is what led us to this.
Screwing everything over.
But it seems like everyone's like the world's going to hell.
It is.
But every generation says that. But I feel like now we've kind of hit critical mass where because of social media and everything happens quicker.
I do not think that anyone should ever be allowed to say things can only get better. Because every time someone says it, it gets fucking worse. It's like jinxing is actually real. You've jinxed the pissing world. It can only get better. Tony Blair's to blame for that as well.
You think?
Because he's doing the song.
Yeah.
Jinx?
D-ring.
Or ginseng. What are you saying?
Jinx.
Oh, I was like,
not like a T.
That's a T, isn't it?
Yeah, I was like, it got me here today. I hope so. Yeah. Ginseng.
I mean, you're right where everyone goes, oh, this is the worst it's ever been.
Yeah.
But we're literally at a point where it is the worst.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the world over, and even traveling in Europe, like we're actually seeing like the cyclical routine of like go poor, go to war, go poor, nationalize.
Yep.
Nationalism, like the fervor starts creating.
Yeah.
And then who do we hate? We hate Iran right now. What are we going to do next? We're going to go to war with them.
I mean, what we need is a bad guy so that we can all focus a face. We can all your Hitlers, your Mussolinis, your Osama bin Ladens, your saying a face. Because Iran, that's a big face.
It is.
Like Al Qaeda terrorism, that's big faces. There's no specific face in it, and they're covered anyway, so you can't really see the features.
I mean, Israel hacked their centrifuges and caused a lot of damage during Obama, right? And so we had a situation where we thought we were going to go to war with them, but that was when Ahmadinejad, remember him?
Ahmadinejad.
Yeah, Ahmadinejad. That was during Arab Spring, but when the girl got murdered on television, the photo of her, the young protester with the green flag. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember.
Then he didn't step down. He got put aside. Yeah. And now was Ayatollah the head of that now?
Yeah, but I mean, we moved on very quickly from Iran because it was Syria, quite fucking rightly as well.
Yeah.
But then Russia backed Syria.
Yeah.
Like we somehow the world's forgotten that Syria a number of times used chemical weapons on their own fucking people.
Yeah.
They've killed hundreds of thousands of their own people.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, like the Middle East is madness, and the West have have to take some of the fucking blame for that because we went there and
Yeah,
said,
we
"Oh,
encouraged
here we go. This is what we'll do here.
Iraq and Iran,
Enjoy."
they're from 1952, I think, is the year. Is
Yeah.
their name. Like, that's fucking hysterical. That's like the idea of showing up and like you're in a fight with your girlfriend and the pizza delivery guy is like, all right guys, let's sort this shit out.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's it.
Yeah, we'll give you this concept that we haven't figured out yet.
Yeah.
Obviously, let's go.
Well, that's, yeah, you keep on going on. People going on about like how Israel is the great democracy. They go, well, no, that's got tons of far right nationalistic bullshit in as well.
I think everywhere does.
Yeah, everywhere does, and
that's
that's it. We've got to a point now where the idea it isn't even left or right. It's extremist bullshit against extremist bullshit,
Yeah.
and then the centre is called a centrist dad for some fucking reason.
Well, I don't know, this is something.
There's the reason that centrism is usually related to everything's going to be fine and stuff you're hating. You know, things can only get better because there's things that affect them. The centrist dad, and that's usually signified as like a dad at home. He's sitting in shorts. His daughter's got friends over. Goes, "You girls need anything? Just let me know." He looked a little too long. Walks upstairs. That's a centrist dad sort of thing, and people on the left like to take the piss out of it, and people on the right nick that and they do it wrong. So it is two extreme sides, but I wouldn't say they're the same. I'm not going horseshoe theory.
No, not at all. It's not. The idea of the far left was created by the fucking far right nationalists as a claim of whataboutery.
Do you truly believe that there are two sides?
No, I think that. Well, I think that the left are incompetent and always pick the worst course of action. I think throughout every time.
I'm not talking tactics. I'm talking like to exist. It just seems like, I mean, even like the definition of communism, you can go so far right, come back left.
Yeah, but communism, like the extreme left, still kill. Like communism is an extreme left
absolutely.
thing. Although
Mao, Stalin.
Exactly. Like with the Persian and everything. Yeah, but I'm saying that it's like the saying of like you can be so far left, so far right. It's the same thing.
Certainly.
I stop believing that there's two sides.
I agree. I agree that it's a circle. You know,
because it's just the problem with polarizing is, especially in this day and age where everything is so quick and this like insatiable need for new and updates and data is that. You can't recruit from the middle.
No.
Everybody. I mean, like, look at our moderates. Like like, basically, if you take someone like Obama, right? Let's say he would be considered almost a radical a few presidents ago. He was considered middle ground just because of like.
Made health insurance slightly cheaper.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot cheaper for a few people, but a lot more expensive for others. Only heard this. I don't know if the numbers are true, but the idea gets across. When he was in Obamacare, when we did this, there was something like $100 million budget his last year, pumping out, getting everyone out there, and then now currently it's like a few $100,000. They're trying to hide it, so because you never see the ads for it, you never see the enrollment like you used to. You can't find it anymore.
Yeah, they've really put it swept under the rug.
Wild,
and
because it's called Obamacare.
Well, it's not. That's kind of like
it's not. It's the Affordable Care Act.
But it's almost like a racial. There's racial undertones to even saying Obamacare. It's like it was divided. They're going like Obamacare. It's like the whole like thing like that. But
like food stamps.
I'm a comedian. Love Obamacare.
I don't have the money to.
Yeah, you guys get fucking well here. What's that like?
I mean, it's nice until you realise that it's doing its very best to being taken away because like Matt Hancock, who's our culture secretary, our health secretary, he was our culture secretary, is our health secretary, and he has a whole thing of we will not privatise the NHS under my fucking watch.
Yeah.
And then we see that in 2018, £9.2 billion of the budget went straight to private firms. Including things like Virgin Care and all of this, and you go, well, and that's the highest it's ever been.
Yeah.
The 9.2 billion is the highest we've ever given out to private firms.
Yeah.
And
as long as the whole umbrella of NHS is still public, you can privatise little bits of it.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do. So like ambulances are private now.
Yeah, that's
but what we're going to get to a point. It's going to be like the old buildings that have got that you can't knock down. So what they do is they keep the front of it and then change the fucking all of it. And say, well, no, it's still the same listed building.
This is an old cinema. It existed since 1842. Oh, can you still watch movies there? No, it's a pure gym. There's a pure gym and a McDonald's and a Subway in there, but it's still the old building.
Oh yeah, the stainless
Gladstone had a meatball marinara.
Yeah. It's a Witherspoon.
Yeah, Disraeli was on the treadmill only 200 years ago. Yeah.
What's the? I can't remember the documentary I was just watching though, and it was like they're basically talking about
Blue Planet.
How they they're talking about scaring Americans about healthcare, and they're like.
Yeah.
Like we're like if we're not careful, this will all become nationalized, and everyone's like, no.
It still shocks me.
That would be amazing.
The idea that there's people in America that are proud that they have to pay for health services.
Well, it's so true because let's just say Trump, for in one way or the other, Trump supporters are the people that he would never even let in his lobby of his building. It's always the poor, disenfranchised. That are the ones that are going to be like, he's our guy. It's like, this motherfucker would not even talk. Talk's a huge thing. He would not walk on the same street as you.
But I mean, we see how the information is spread now. Mm-hmm. It's all spread on things like, all online. So all these people who say they don't have Facebook seemingly are able to quote every fucking right-wing meme that's going on. I don't have Instagram, but I do have Facebook and Twitter. I see the adverts.
Yeah.
I mean, are they?
Facebook and Internet, same shit.
Are they?
Yeah, owned by the same company.
They're owned by the same company. They're the same thing.
They have the same amount of information on it.
So same as WhatsApp.
It still makes my point that this is where information is being spread around. You see it in this country, you see it over in America all the time with things like Cambridge Analytica. AIQ and everything that happened there, and it's still being used, that technique of let's just chuck all of this information. We had it here for Boris's campaign, and he's brought in the leader of who was Vote Leave, name's Dominic Cummings, who is a fucking Machiavellian nutter. Someone who David Cameron called a career psychopath, and if David Cameron's saying that,
that's a pretty good credit, though.
I mean, yeah,
that's a poster quote.
Yeah. I'll put that on Edinburgh poster. For sure.
But it's using just all of these lies and get all the information out.
Is there any light at the end of the tunnel for you guys over here? Besides Wonder War with
that'll be stuff. I mean, that'll be stuff. I mean, the planet's either going to blow up or we're all going to die in a massive land war soon.
I do worry that we will find a way of reversing climate change and fucking regret it.
Why does there's beaches in Brooklyn right now that are.
Well, it'll be something like cities on robotic legs. That'll be it. We'll just make the land higher.
We'll reverse it. We'll get it all better. The Earth's not dying. We have to be here longer.
But I was just in London 2 days ago when I landed. It was 102 fucking degrees. That's not normal. They're saying by 2050 it's going to be Barcelona climate up here.
Yeah. I imagine what Barcelona's going to be.
It's fucking crazy.
Barcelona will have Egyptian Gobi Desert.
There's a
Gobi Desert will be cold.
There's a beach in Brooklyn that is going to be gone by 2050 as well too. It seems like a hot year. Barcelona and London, beaches are gone.
Paris is apparently ridiculous at the moment.
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah, it's pretty bad over. What? Continue. Sorry.
No. I'll move on from the story. We've got a lot of this is UK based. I will tell you because I haven't done a lot of other stuff. Well, I've got something on the. Did you see the Mueller testimony?
Yeah.
What are your views?
I mean, people, that's what they don't understand about attorneys that are good at their jobs. They're not sensational.
No.
Like, it's amazing when people think, because of fucking NCIS or CSI and all this, it's like, who has that old bit? I think it's like a Louis bit or someone that has a bit about, like, everyone's looking for semen in every case. Now they have to, like, when they sequester jurors, they have to explain that there's no smoking bullet, there's no smoking gun. Like, this is about the, basically, probability and the burden of proof, basically. It's generally a majority. It's not 100%. Ashley fucked a pig.
You build a case.
There's no. You can't find Ashley's cum in the pig. Like, it's not going to happen. Right?
The gun in the drawer.
You come in the pig. I mean, I'm making assumptions. You got mad about the landowning thing. Maybe you didn't finish. I don't know.
Would it be worse to finish?
No, dude. I mean, the guilt would come back in real fast.
Because then it's not a power thing, then it's a sex thing.
Yeah. But if you just fucking pig and don't finish, that's next level psycho. That's a
that's power.
psychopath.
That's
power. No, so the other thing is that's what people don't understand is that they're like, oh, we got him this time. It's like, stop saying that. Stop saying it. It's the same thing as if you're going to see a movie, you're going to fucking love it. You're going to love it.
Yeah.
Every time you say that, it's just a bigger letdown.
Yeah. Just put another YouTube clip for your friends to watch. And like,
yeah.
No, people are going to hate it.
This is the best thing I've seen online.
Yeah. People are like,
oh my god, he flipped a wall.
This is what happened in the States. I don't know about here, but it's so funny when you I live in Brooklyn. I live in a bubble, but I'm from Trump's America. Like originally where I'm from in Michigan, it's massive. There's a lot of that. So in Brooklyn, everybody's like, I don't know anyone that'd vote for him, and everyone's like, we know a lot of people that'd vote for him because you start calling people dumb, you call them deplorables, and you just keep hammering about how dumb. And
it's like, hey, fuck you.
Eventually, they're gonna be like, you know what, fuck you. Because while you're drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon at the bar till 5 a.m, I'm gonna go guilt 5 of my friends in a knitting circle to wake up and actually vote tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's what happens. So, and this whole idea of like, we were talking about this earlier today, actually, of like unfriend me if you don't agree. What type of communication is that? What's a world if you just talk to anyone you agree with?
If you don't like what I'm saying, just block me.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? And then if that were the case, it's like that's the exact same thing as saying, you don't like this country, love it or leave it. It's the same shit. It's just a liberal spin on it. It's like it's honestly, it comes down to Nelson Mandela's Truth and Reconciliation. You know, like people that are part of the problem, like your captors, are actually victims of the system as well too. Like, you have to have this conversation, start like a dialogue, not a monologue. Like,
I mean, I agree. I also think that we're potentially at a point where anything that resembles truth is ignored. And so even if you get to a point where you have a conversation with someone, if someone fundamentally disagrees with facts, then there's nothing I can do.
That's 100% true.
There's nothing I can do.
This is a time when people are debating facts.
I do think that what we need to do is, if you are going to beat the far right, is lie more fun. Because there's no way of doing the job.
Lie more fun. That's a good name for your next show.
I think about a Chinese acrobat called Lie More Fun.
But no, just get to a point. Just say, well, I mean, you know that everyone who doesn't want to stay in the EU, fucking, I don't know, all fancy children or something. You know, and then people will get to turn and go, oh no, I don't think that. You know, every single person who liked Jordan Peterson has never pleasured a woman.
We should talk about Jordan Peterson. You love him.
I fucking despise that man.
Specifically, can we talk about that?
It's not in the news for this week, so no.
Okay,
if only he did something. We could talk about him and his weird fucking diet.
Oh, the meat diet?
The meat diet. Meat, salt and water.
That is the greatest piece of marketing I've ever seen directed at men.
Yeah, by the way, he clearly doesn't do the diet. Well, he might do, but really? I think it could. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a con. And also, in an interview where he was talking about, I haven't slept in 8 days. And to go, by the way, the record is 2 days. This is a lie. There's no way he's slept for 8 days.
I'm really have to watch that and see. I never knew much about him. I would see you get fired about him, and then he was on Rogan, and I was listening to that, and I was like, wow, this is...
Yeah, Rogan blew up into stardom.
Oh, I
that Muppet voice.
Rogan's the new Carson. I mean,
Rogan is the new Carson.
Yeah, for sure.
And I have bets on, before the end of the year, O.J. Simpson will be on that show.
I don't know, I think Kanye's the big land, but then Kanye is back.
Have they released that?
No, it's not. They never did it yet.
They
haven't done it yet. Yeah,
right.
So it's too dope. But I mean, OJ on it. Yeah, that would be.
OJ's gonna do it. He's tweeting now. He hasn't actually tweeted anything. He just filmed videos and published. He might be illiterate.
Fucking hear from him though. It's like Jay-Z put him to sleep with I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay. You hear that? That's sort of, I listened on the way here, but that's it is interesting.
All right, well, we covered Jordan Peterson a little bit.
Meat, salt. What was it, Orange?
Meat, salt, and water.
Meat, salt, water.
That's just weird. It is.
Red meat. You can't. It's not no chicken or turkey. Red meat.
Oh, really? And suits.
I don't know if this is going to happen after Boris come in, but just before Boris did come in, we found out that the aid budget is going to be used partially by the International Trade Department. They're going to be given part of the 14 billion aid budget that we have. to help developing countries learn from UK expertise on trade deals and attracting foreign investment. Is this do you think that the aid, anyone's aid budget should be handed over to...
Go towards and learn how to make deals.
Yeah.
The thing, there's a little book, you might have heard of it, The Art of the Deal. Which explicitly, I mean, I've only listened to it and seen the film.
Oh.
I don't read readings for nerds.
You
Should read nerds and communists.
You need to read that book.
Oh, don't do that. I've got one book and I'd love to read it. It's told me everything I know. It's called The Quran.
That book.
I should have said at the start. Nothing's being edited out.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's all.
I've only said my PIN number.
That book has a part in it where he was developing.
The deal. Sorry, that's still on the Quran.
In Atlantic City, which is just like casino town in Jersey, they used to be quite nice, and now it's quite.
Bit run down now.
Yeah, and
like
so he had these investors coming. And he didn't have the money because he needed the money to develop the area for like the Trump hotels and stuff. And so what he did was he just hired like heavy machinery operators to basically take this plot of land that's empty and then just drive bulldozers around and move dirt from one pile to the other.
To look like they'll do.
Exactly. And the investors were there for a while. And Trump, in his own book, says, he's like, yeah, I was about to the end when people, like, it was obviously noticeable, I think he says, that they were filling and digging the same holes over and over again. But they were so impressed by what they saw they were already in. I could leave early, and it's like, this is a guy that owed money to like, I think it was like 83 creditors on the island of Manhattan alone.
Yeah.
And he called them all in a boardroom. Have you heard the story? He called them all in a
boardroom.
boardroom.
No, I had the boardroom one. I think he owed money.
No, so in one day he invited them all in there, and these creditors were going after him. It was I can't remember how many millions of dollars, but imagine it was hundreds of millions of dollars. And he brought them all in one conference room, and they thought they were all going to get paid, and he handed them signed fucking copies of Art of the Deal. You can't even fucking hate on that. That's just hysterical.
The guy's cool. The guy's cool. You know?
Whoa.
Have you heard about that charity thing he did? There's like a charity fundraiser, millions of dollars. He's never donated a cent to it, but he turned up and acted like he was one of the big donors and went on stage and got congratulated. Or there weren't enough chairs on the stage. So one of the actual people who donated about $10 million couldn't get his award. Trump just picked up his awards for him and then just said, thank you, I love this charity. He's donated nothing to it and took the award and left.
That's like people on GoFundMe that just say they're the anonymous donor.
Yeah.
I don't want to say anything, but
I don't want to, blow my own horn, but that was me.
Yeah.
I gave that $5.
The $500 one?
Sorry, we're going off track, actually.
Sorry, Ashley.
Don't worry.
It's your fault you have a fake cigarette. You should be smoking real cigarettes.
I'm trying to give up that.
Why don't you have the Jordan Peterson diet? That's pretty much it. Is there meat, salt, and water in that?
No, just nicotine.
Alright.
Flavoured, or was it just cigarette flavoured?
Flavoured, mint, menthol.
That's good.
God, what happened to people?
That's strong.
I'm just trying to be a bit healthier, you know.
Gonna
I'm stressed, I'm dying. I need something to fucking do.
That fake cigarette's going to give you fake cancer.
Wait, we're talking about aid.
AIDS?
Yeah, we were.
Aid budget.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into this. No, we've been spending on proper aid, right?
We keep on talking about. My main issue with it is the fact that we're going to be teaching them fucking trade deal expertise.
Yeah.
And considering that we've done 12 out of the 40 continuation deals. It's not actual trade deals, they're just deals with other third countries going, can we do the exact same thing that we had with the EU? They said, yeah, okay, unless we actually get a trade deal with the EU, then you're fucked. Which is it. That's all what the continuation deals. We've hit up the fucking Faroe Islands, the Pacific Islands. We haven't, of course, gone near Ireland because they're in the EU and they've got a better deal than we do.
Yeah, a bunch of drunks as well.
I love the Irish.
So do I.
But it's just madness that we've decided instead of doing something that could potentially help, we're going to go, why don't we? That's something that Trump would do. Just go instead of us giving you the money for fucking fresh water or something. We're going to teach you how to do a trade. Oh, fuck off, mate.
Yeah, it's pretty common though, because it's like the low key. It's like we call it like a sneak diss. It's basically you're like, how do I explain it? Like
a neck.
Like yeah, you could say but it's like okay, so the Native Americans in America, Indians, as you so delicately put it. So they basically there's this tribe called the Lakota, and they're called the Sioux by white people, but they're actually called Lakota.
Oh, right, okay,
It's the largest American reservation. It's a third world country right in South Dakota. I helped my friends do a documentary, and I went there and saw it. Like, the average life expectancy is 44 years old for a male. It's fucking crazy, right? There's like 15 to 20 people in one trailer, like in a mobile home, a caravan, or whatever. Anyways, there what happened was they're traditionally every president has gone and talked to them, but not one of them has set foot on their land, okay? Because they want their vote. It's like 100,000 people. It's massive. But what happened was in the 70s, I can't remember which president it was like, listen, we feel bad about what we've done over there because like alcoholism's rampant. There's no alcohol out in the province, and there used to be a big buffer area where it's unable to walk, so you couldn't walk to buy booze in Nebraska. But now, former president's cousin bought all the rights, and now there's liquor stores that have $4 million profits in like a month. I think it's like the yearly profit, $4 million. That's like that. Anyways, the government was like, okay, we feel bad about this. How are we gonna make it up to you? We're going to give you like 60 million or whatever it was dollars in basically all of this Caterpillar machinery, right, to farm, okay? And they brought all this farm equipment out there, like tractors, backhoes, all these things to work on. And then a year later, sure as shit, the stuff rusted and never moved. And the president and the legislation said, wow, you guys are wasteful and you're unappreciative. And they said, we're not farmers, we're hunters and gatherers. We have no idea how to do this. The press came out, took photos, and they're like, look how ungrateful and lazy people are. And that's the same shit. It's the same thing as like the aid thing. It's like you always have to kind of fuck someone over by the illusion that you're
trade in itself is an immoral thing to do. Get the best deal is an immoral thing to do.
Yeah,
shafting someone else. A good deal is if you shaft someone else.
Well, that's the capitalist version. But like for commerce, like mutually beneficial trades are essentially. I mean that's
that's what you'd hope for.
That's game theory. Like if it's what Adam Smith's theory is that like it's person does best for themselves in and of itself is best for the group. I believe something like that. John Nash, weird, beautiful mind shit. But anyways, So what you're saying, but now it's like like people all the time will say this shit. They'll be like, "Oh, what do you pay for that?" Like, first they'll be like, "Oh, I feel like I got a deal on it." And then someone will be like, well, "What do you pay for it?" You probably got fucked over. You could have gone lower. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, that's I always when you go to another country and you always haggle. You go to the market and you haggle.
Yeah.
And you're there and it's like, "Oh, I've got this solid piece of gold." Going, I can get that for lower than what they're actually fucking paid for it.
And they're like little fat kids, like, come on, let's go. Like, shut up, they like it.
I've started haggling here.
You haggling?
I haggle here at shops.
At Sainsbury's?
No, not like corporations. yeah.
I go to Tesco's and I go to the self-checkout and then I haggle with it.
Yeah, I haggle with the machines because the thing is, if you start treating them like people, they might treat me better come revolution.
I used to own a skateboard shop when people try to haggle.
Yeah, I Google, are you okay?
The fuck out. Like,
just in corner shops. So like, how much for these cans? Like, that'll be £7. Like, let's do $5.50.
Yeah.
What?
And then you spit on your hand and shake their hand.
Yeah, they're just like, okay, shake my hand.
Yeah, come on.
But I mean, with aid, there was also a study that was done this week that showed that the government has spent 680 million of its foreign aid budget since 2010 on fossil fuel products around the world. Projects around the world. They're going, so hang on, because we also signed up. We signed up for the Paris Accord. In an attempt to try to save the planet.
Show off.
We say But we say that like
the gay Paris to sign the accord.
We want net zero emissions by 2050. Also, with
2050, sorry, but why is 2050 so like relevant now? It's like,
so much has been for 2050 because it's such a nice round number.
Yeah, it sounds like heroin addicts that are like, next Wednesday I'm quitting. Like it's like
every day is a deadline in 2050.
2030 and 2050 are the 2 years I hear. So we'll do this by this by this. Never 2040. Yeah. I mean 2020 is next year.
It's crazy.
It's madness. But So with all the foreign aid, it's seemingly that we're going to use part of it to say, hey, I mean, we saw we're literally done with the trade bit. It's give a man a fish, teach him how to fish. That's how we've gone about it.
Yeah.
We'll teach you how to do a trade, then you'll be absolutely fine. Also, here's all of our old fossil fuel projects that we're trying to get rid of. and you can use all of these now
Yeah.
to fucking ruin the beauty of your country.
It is funny, even that, like, the analogy to, like, teach a man to fish, feed him for life, give him a fish, feed him for a day, that whole
Yeah.
It's so funny, though, because in this modern day and age, it's like, teach him to fish, feed him for life. Like, no, we're gonna fucking poison the water.
Yeah.
And so now we'll systematic, and then while we're at it, we're gonna have him work at fucking Walmart. So for 3 generations of his family, they're working impoverished, and then we're gonna ask them for donations to homeless shelters around Christmas time, even though they're about 2 paychecks away from that.
Oh, that's it. Oh, that's what you
Don't
do.
teach me how to fish. I'm vegan.
Yeah.
Shut up, liberal.
The greatest country in the world, fat vegans, love
Yeah.
America so much. Like, damn, you got a potato body. What are you doing? Is this vegan?
Shaped like a head of lettuce.
Yeah, is this fucking like, damn, this is like.
Got a fun story, a fun, enjoyable story.
Oh, for you?
Yeah.
Epstein.
Wow, when your great grandpa used to own fucking land up north?
No, I mean this accent says no one's owned land.
Nah, I think that's like it's like the reverse. Like they're like because they're about to get killed. by
Yeah,
all
you're
the
like a sleeper
and they're
cell.
like,
Yeah.
they're
We
like,
teach-
send
We shall
Ashley-
teach our boy to talk common, so
yeah,
it's not.
send Ashley down to the East End. So,
Yeah.
but they probably have like that's a pretty royal sounding name.
But they'll say something.
Ashley is a royal sounding name,
Oh
is it?
yeah, dude, to me.
The amount of King Ashleys that we've had
But
throughout history
you get
of
to
this
change
country.
your name. Like, that's like Prince Valiant, King
It's
Ashley.
changed my name.
Yeah, once you're a king, you get to change your name. Read a fucking book. Don't
Yeah.
you?
None of the Georges were called George.
Yeah, they're all named Steven or Steve.
Stephen,
John,
yeah.
Ron. You guys have Rons here,
Mike.
Ronald?
We have a couple of runs.
King Mike would be sick.
King Mike, that's cool.
Yeah.
King Mike sounds like a failed sort of 90s comedy and from someone from SNL.
Oh, how dare you speak of King Ralph that way? Have we watched that? We watched that
I haven't seen King Ralph in a while. That's the John Goodman one, right?
Yeah, oh, hell yeah, it is. That movie,
Yeah.
that movie's so relevant still. It's so good.
Yeah.
That shit
That
plays.
predicted Trump.
Yeah.
King Ralph.
Dude, it kind of did. He's like a lounge singer. That's fucking funny.
Right, this story, before we get into how I'm a fucking some form of sleeper cell or whatever bullshit you
Sleeper cell aristocracy.
Yeah.
I see you.
2 men who ate dead squirrels outside a vegan food stall, protesting against veganism, have been convicted for public order offences and fined.
That's just shit people do in Michigan every day.
They claimed they were raising awareness about the dangers of not eating meat by eating raw squirrel. Not even cooked, raw. They just had a dead squirrel.
That's such a divorced dad thing to do.
Yeah, that's
I don't have the kids this weekend. Time to eat dead squirrel outside a vegan place.
One was 22 and one was 29, so they could be.
So that's 2 groups of people, though. The people in the vegan
Well,
restaurant
love
and the
that
squirrel eaters. I would never hang out with. They sound both fucking annoying. Like, I'm gonna eat dead squirrel for vegan. Fucking dude, go volunteer in a nursing home.
Exactly.
It's such a
fucking
weird
grow.
thing to do.
Get a job in sustainable farming if you care so much about the
Yeah.
survival of meat.
How do you guys have a lot more free time here than we do, I feel like. Because your dole policy is a lot different than ours. Right? I didn't even know what the dole was until people told me about it, though. But like the welfare policy in this country is a lot more. And I mean,
Job seekers is fair. Is the easiest one, but still has become more complicated.
We don't have job seekers anymore. It's all universal
Wait, but
credit.
They're all on the universal credit now.
Yeah, that's what universal.
But the movie Full Monty basically sums up your country totally, right? Everything
Oh, yeah,
you
exactly.
know about
Yeah,
it, you hang out at a little work club.
100%. I mean, we're all from Liverpool.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Is that where that takes place?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a film in Edinburgh?
For what?
Well, that's Liverpool, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Liverpool,
It's been
Manchester.
ages.
Because it had.
I'm pretty sure they talk about Hillsborough.
It had what's it called it? Yeah, no.
Okay, gigs in the town that you
Liverpool or
mentioned.
Manchester. I think Liverpool
Okay.
because a couple of them
There's
still
definitely
about there.
water in it. Love that movie.
But yeah, no. Basically, our whole welfare system was actually based off of Full Monty came first,
Yeah.
and then we said, we could do something like this, and then we take it all from.
Yeah. We opposed to the Full Monty Act.
Yeah.
I went through the Commons and the Lords. Oh, yeah,
His uncle?
yeah, one of his. Yeah.
What the fuck's going on?
I'll buy you a fucking tiara the next time.
Buy me a tiara.
You don't get a king's crown yet. You're gonna be like, have you seen Robin Hood, the cartoon, the original one from the 70s, 60s? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
The Disney
Fox.
one?
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing. Like that
Yeah.
dance. But
Oh, the
you're
water,
like
oh, the-
you're Prince John with the.
Yeah, the crown that's slightly too big.
Too
It
big,
keeps
that's
falling
like
off his
that.
head.
I mean,
If you're the type of person that dressed up for Halloween, that would be sick. Do they have Halloween here?
We have Halloween here.
Yeah, we have Halloween here.
We have the concept of time here, yeah.
Do you have the Lord?
The Lord, yeah.
Lord's Day, Christmas. Do you guys do Christmas here?
Christmas, yeah.
What do you call it? Boxing Day?
We call it Hanukkah here.
God, Hanukkah's pretty cool. I went to my first one.
Yeah. When?
During Hanukkah. Fucking idiot.
Which one?
It was the 2014 edition.
Good year.
I went to that, so it was a good year. Yeah. Love me some Hanukkah.
Okay, that's all weird things.
Did you what? It is. I had a good time. More presents. Did you ever throw
Jewish
people off your land?
I don't own land. I rent this place. You know.
I meant like your uncle's land, like where Hugh Grant lives.
What type of fucking weird, gentrified world do you think I'm from?
Methinks the landlord protests too much.
Yeah.
South End, for fuck's sake. Go down to South End and see how much land there is to fucking own.
I get it, man. You're deep cover. I understand.
Right.
Oh,
is that a helicopter coming? Are we getting too close? They're gonna come get him.
Yeah. Oh, this has been demonetized. The deep state's demonetized. There's too many secrets.
The conception that this would ever be fucking monetized is mad.
Have you not monetized it?
No. Why would I fucking monetize it?
Look
what it is.
These are names.
Right. Hey, don't put yourself down.
Hey, this is.
I'm having a good time.
I'm having a whale of a time.
I made it to a podcast at almost 1 p.m.
Yeah.
I did till 3 a.m. last night. Come on.
Yeah.
And I'm on New York
Where
time.
are you gigging?
Top Secret last night.
Oh, nice.
Hot one.
Yeah?
Fun.
Where are you gigging tonight?
Back there tonight, and then
Yeah.
I'm at a couple Cafe Mode there. I call it a hot water, cold water bath. I go Cafe Mode, Top Secret.
You have to get rid of swelling.
And then I go back down, and then Top Secret, it's so fun. You do like 200 people to 4 people that are stag do, and then it's so much fun.
4 people eating a pizza.
Yeah, and I'll piss. I love it.
Rats going around everywhere. I want to fucking have pizza there.
That's a weird way to refer to Italians.
I know. Ugh.
No.
Ashley's like, we would never have Italian like this on my manor.
In my manor.
That's
Giuseppe.
That's camp.
Yeah, Giuseppe's actually from Napoli.
Most tight though, that owner school.
In Italy, meatballs are actually not made out of meat.
They're made out of peasants' elbows from his farm.
Yeah, this
Continue.
back hair and sweat.
I'm not looking at the camera.
Sorry, go on.
Man.
This is so weird.
What?
I don't know what's going on. Normally we would talk about the news,
We
but
have
it's
been.
seemingly...
Just because I uncovered... I'm an investigative journalist.
Just because you got ganged up on by the guests.
Yeah. Not my fault
And we've found your secret out.
Not my fault you smoke mint cigarettes made out of immigrant tears. It's probably like $100,000 a gram.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was, I would sell it. Because...
You don't need to, that's the whole point.
You're getting higher for your own supply, and what you supply is housing.
I wish I did. It would be such an easier life.
No.
Ashley's 18. We sat him down.
Welcome to the Landlord Podcast. With a couple other landlords. How are you fucking over your tenants today?
There's this documentary called what's that? Growing Up Rich.
Blue Planet.
Rich Kids? No, it's Ivanka Trump. And there's a part in it where there's a Johnson & Johnson grandson that's at 18. He finds out that he's an heir to the Johnson & Johnson fortune.
Right.
But his parents always hid it from him. And he's like, well, what do you want to go to school for? And he's like, oh, I want to be a filmmaker. He's like, well, you don't really need to because we're very wealthy. You don't need to find a job. You just have to find a hobby. And he's like, I don't want a hobby. I want a job. And his dad sits down and he goes, well, you should be like me and collect maps. And then it cuts to this dad in some like opulent Manhattan mansion or like brownstone mansion, and he's like, "Oh, look at this one, New York, a 1914 version. This is rare." It's
Nice.
so good.
I'd love to be into something like maps. It seems so quaint and just not harm.
That's like the up tier of white.
Yeah.
Like
maps.
Maps you drew.
Yeah.
Maps that Ashley's fucking family drew.
Yeah.
Mine.
With all the secret underground bunkers where the slaves are kept.
Yeah.
If the police come around, it's through these tunnels, the Underground Railroad, I call
Don't
it.
you say a word, young Ashley. Okay, sorry.
Sorry, go on, next news story.
I was going to go on to Hong Kong.
That's fun.
It's been fun. I mean, it's...
Till 99 when they kicked your ass out.
Oh no, we handed it back over.
That's what every fucking boyfriend says, that girlfriend gets hot and dumps them.
And it turns out Hong Kong not enjoying it.
We loved Hong Kong so much we had to let it go.
My dad lived near there, so like 4 hours boat ride from Hong Kong in Hassan.
Yeah?
It's very weird. They never really see white people where they like rub your head.
I'd love to go.
It's great. You can hang out there.
Oh.
Very literal.
Always wear a sailor's outfit.
Oh, like you're in Portland? Like up the road?
Yeah.
Oh, god damn.
Take the hat off when I walk indoors.
Sir, you're not sure you have to pay to fucking this brothel. You see? Sorry, what do you want to talk about?
No, it's just been the protests that are happening over in Hong Kong, because this week what we've seen is masked people in white shirts go into a Hong Kong station and start swinging with bats and metal rods at both just regular passengers at the station and protesters who are all clad in black.
Right.
The suggestion, it's alleged that the white topped masked nut jobs were from Triad, and they're actually working with the police.
Yeah, that's what happens in the States, like during all the race, like the Ferguson, Missouri, when that happened. Like all the people that come in start shoving everyone in peaceful protest, and then the fights happen.
Yeah.
They pull off their fucking balaclavas, and it's like a buzz cut, and it's a cop with no rhythm.
Yeah.
And my friend's a reporter for, I don't know mention his name, but he's a comedian too from Paris. He's a good friend. Now. He was just in New York. I had dinner with him and his wife.
I'm not going to mention his name, but he's very three things about him.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention his name, but this is his national security number.
Sorry, Charles. No, but
you know Charles Hebdo.
But he was saying that we were just messaging about this too, and that the American flags have been popping up over there. Have you seen those?
Have they?
At the protest, people put
right.
And I want to read his message and give you his address too. But I think he was saying it seems to be pretty interplanned.
All these groups talk.
Yeah. It seems like an old
on both sides?
No, one. I mean, like exactly what you said. I don't think it's actually Triad. Those dudes can't be bothered. They still have diamond heists in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
I think it's just like...
Hong Kong crime is cool.
It's fucking awesome.
It's so good. It's
I
old school.
Bar there, and this dude was all like trying it out with tattoos and shit.
It took the police 35 minutes to get to the station.
Whoa.
Hong Kong.
You had a...
That's like Liverpool Street.
you had a group of people...
The UK satire isn't on a transport. Bad, sorry, go on. Again.
Battering the fuck out of people in the station, and it took the police 35 minutes to get there.
I know. Was that... I haven't looked into it, you probably have. Is that 35 minutes? They couldn't get there with 35 minutes. We're going to take our time because we don't want to get there that quickly.
Well, they claimed that the reason it took them so long was because they were waiting for backup.
Right.
Which seems like... I mean, I don't know if they have guns in Hong Kong, the police. But even if you don't...
Question. I don't know.
It's rare that police would go, let us not go try to do something because we're still waiting for some more people.
That's exactly standard operating procedure in America.
Is it?
Especially in like inner cities, like don't let them fight it out. They're not getting fucked up. Yeah, for sure. Hell no, man.
Preservation of life means getting yourself and your comrades killed.
Guns are powerful until someone takes one away from you and beats your ass with it.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna do it. And cops too. At the end of the day, they're just it's a job. Like a lot of them were shoved into lockers as children, so they're very like uppity inferior complex. But most of them want to go home to their families at night. So they're like, "Fucking dude, I punch out at 5 p.m. I'm not walking into a riot." Like, no way. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Well, I mean,
they don't get paid enough to.
But even to a point of just not going there.
Oh yeah, they'll drive all the time. Fuck yeah, cops will 100%. I mean,
they need to show up and say, "Oh, didn't ignore it," so there's proof that you were there. But you're not going to be rushing into the line of fire.
No, I'm not.
You want to outgun them 5-1 if you're ever going to do anything like that.
Yeah, I'm not saying fucking Judge Dredd. Fucking get there on your own. Start fucking kung fu in the place.
That's there's something like I live still in Cincinnati, and like I think there's these officer-involved shootings, and I think the average response time was like 22 minutes. So from the shots fired from the cop shooting the person, 22 minutes before they called it in. What were they doing? Getting their fucking story straight.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with like showing up too. Is like it's like being at a party too. No one wants to be there first. You know, you want to wait till like there's other people at the party to show up. Same thing when you're trying to quell a fucking rebellion.
I park my car across the road from the party, wait till it's
I've
got a book on me, a few snacks.
Yeah, you're on your phone just alright.
Are you there yet? I might be there in half an hour.
Why are you in your car out front?
Someone taps on the window. Excuse me, sir.
I think that I can't believe anything in China is ever. There's like face value lies, and then there's like the convoluted 2 and 3 turn lies, and it's like China is just it's so complex in that aspect.
I mean, China is incredibly impressive when it comes to trying to take away. Yeah, but I mean, in terms of trying to take away freedoms, it is immense. I mean, the credit score that they have for people is madness. anything that you can do, it's like a personality score. So, but it can absolutely fuck you over for anything. And the thing is, the rest of the countries in the world are looking at it going, I wonder if this would work here.
Well, it's like, but the thing is, there, it's like it's a communist country, air quote, but it's like the most democratic place I've ever been in my entire life. Yeah. Or I should say more, not democratic, excuse me, more capitalistic country. Capitalist.
Yeah, it's a capitalist country.
Every little place is like a shopping, like where my dad lived, like all these places. And then also, what's really funny there is they, I love the DUI law. So do you guys have DUIs here? Like, what do you guys call it? Driving under the influence?
Yeah, drug
DUIs.
DUI.
So there's no record of it. They just take you away for 7 days. So if you get caught, you get locked up. There's no phone call. No one knows where you're at. And they're gone. 7 days later, they release you. Why? Because 7 days is just long enough to get you fired, to get your wife to fucking leave you.
Wow.
And so it's so funny. There's like a guy that worked with my dad that like disappeared. And everyone's like, he's either dead or he got a DUI. We don't know where he's at though. But
I mean, that is two fucking wildly different things.
Genius, if you think about it. Like the idea of that is like, that's. I mean, America, it's a whole business, but it's pretty funny.
No, it's just. I mean, they
also lie, like, all the time. Like, there was a glue factory that blew up by where my dad lived, and I was there, I saw the mushroom cloud, and that night I was talking to, like, these cops, and I was asking them at dinner, and I was like, so, it's so sad to hear about the glue factory that blew up. How many people died? It was Wednesday at noon, and they were like, no one died. I was like, what? Like, no, I'm fine. I was like, okay.
They've been preserved.
Yeah, in glue.
No horses.
Like, they've been demolition mans.
Yeah. Oh, God, fucking great movie. That's two deep cut references, Judge Dredd and Demolition Man.
Both Stallone.
Simon says.
That was Stallone's weird. I need to have a Terminator film.
That guy's fucking, man. I like when you got called with steroids. Seems like I'm an actor, not an athlete. Of course I'm on steroids.
Yeah.
Respect.
I don't understand that argument.
I mean, he's just a dick.
Yeah.
And he wants to look good on film. That's his job. He's not held to any standard.
You got any other news stories?
Epstein?
Oh, I just caught a headline on that. So what's his tie to Victoria's Secret?
Right, the tie is Jeffrey Epstein. 10 years ago, basically what he's a asset manager who's very connected. And the rumours are that he hosts parties with underage girls and boys, and there's celebrities there. But also he has a plane called the Lolita Express.
They're girls, they're not boys.
They're girls, most of them girls. Yeah. Sometimes it's boys.
Oh, okay.
The Lolita Express flies to an island called Little St. James Island, which is basically a kid fuck island.
Yeah, it's off St. John.
Yeah.
They should package that.
Yeah.
Kid fuck island.
Yeah.
Thomas Cook new fucking holiday deal.
Yeah, Kid Fuck Island. What do you do there? Well, there's a variety of things.
Yeah. Pedos go hard, dude. Especially rich ones.
But yeah, he was caught in prison. He was found unconscious on the floor and like, it was made to look like suicide. But he's still alive, but he was attacked in prison.
Wait, this just happened?
This week.
Wait, Epstein
got attacked in prison.
Fuck.
In what is, I'm absolutely certain, a hit.
Nah, hits don't fucking fail in jail for the most
part. They do if you're paid by the Clintons. They're incompetent.
I don't know. They're good. They disappear people. They're pretty good.
They do disappear people.
Who's that 24-year-old staffer that got killed at like 3 in the morning?
Oh, I know. That's a
no one talks about that shit. It's fucking crazy.
This isn't turning into fucking conspiracy, fucking central.
It's not conspiracy. He's dead.
He's dead. Yeah. Dead. And the Clintons coming up. They honeymooned in Haiti. 20 years later, there was an earthquake. The satanic demons.
Wait, so
the smell of sulfur.
What? Why? It's so weird that there's like. have you read they interviewed people? I believe it's on St. John's, like the big where these private jets at, and they're like, oh, we all knew. The bartender's like, what the fuck is going on? And like, oh yeah, it's like an 11-year-old girl with a Gucci bag, and you like threw some shit at her and yelled at her.
Yeah, there's like, we don't know what goes. We're St. John's. We're not Little St. John's. We don't talk about what goes on.
We don't talk about what happens on Kid Fuck Island.
You don't want to know what happens in Big St. John's.
Oh god damn it, dude! What the?
But yeah, he was found close to death in prison.
Will he flip?
The thing is, last time
he didn't. Stomach when he gets fucked in the ass by people in prison because they hate pedos.
Yeah. Well, he's not a pedophile. He just sorts it out for people.
Wait, Epstein? I thought he was the fucker.
No, he hosts the parties, but he never does anything. He just blackmails people.
Oh, well, now I apologize to Mr. Epstein. I was wrong. I thought he was a kid fucker.
I tip my hat to you, sir, for a charming
I saw a photo of him full on. Who's the software guy? McAfee. Remember you saw that documentary?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They had real shit on him.
Yeah.
They cut holes in hammocks.
Oh yeah. I've
Yeah,
seen
but
that.
okay, so he's like fucking. He goes low, but like, what's so Epstein doesn't fuck it. He just likes.
He just sort of arranges it.
What kind of kink is that? Where like you're
But
like.
that's just for blackmail and influence sort of thing.
Oh,
So you at my party, and I'm sorry, I forgot to mention this. There are cameras everywhere, and I know where.
That's what the Charles, the same guy that I said I wasn't gonna name, but now I'm naming him. He said in China when he first got there, a guy that's reported with him was like, "I don't know you, but just so you know, do not sleep with any prostitutes here because there's cameras everywhere."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay."
I'm saying that from experience,
I'm
Charles.
saying that from experience.
French Charles.
Make sure to get your good side.
Right. Have you got any final thoughts?
I don't want this to end.
It's gonna.
We should have more drinks.
I do.
Can we go to Cavendish Arms?
Where's Cavendish Arms?
It's your
Stockwell.
favorite bar.
Stockwell.
Oh, Stockwell? What am I thinking? Cavendish.
I tell you, if you want to go for one or two, 'cause I can't do ton because
Yeah.
I've got to write a show and I'm fucking.
Yeah. That's what
There's a
I want.
lovely bar not far from here. It's called the Mechanics Pub. It's its own brewery. There's a selection of some very nice beers.
I didn't know. Is it all that mountain bike beer shit? You hate that stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Craft beer?
IPA.
I hate it. If anyone says anything about being hoppy, I'm leaving.
You shouldn't be allowed to be into beer past the age of 25
Yeah.
as a hobby. Like I really, it's no.
No, there's some very nice stuff there.
Y'all
you know?
got-
No, like beer, completely fine with that. But being into beer is just.
Y'all guys need Budweiser Light here. That's what you need.
We got it now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bud
grow up, mate, grow
Bud
up.
Light. Bud Light is nice,
That's
underrated.
fucking-
My fucking man.
Underrated. Wouldn't be my first choice, but if it's around, I'm like, yeah, I'll have a Bud
Oh,
Light.
damn, I'm bringing you forgiveness.
No, that's it. I mean,
Calm down, mint smoking immigrant elbows.
it's just what it is, mate. There's no ifs. It's just what I'm trying to be healthier. This is what's happening. I'm trying to be good, and what happens? I have knobheads like you come along and no, you can't try to be healthier as a human being. Ashley, you may look like you're dying on the outside, and you are dying on the inside, but don't try to improve yourself. Not when I can fucking come along and say you're some fucking Dickensian rich man for some fucking reason. And enough of you, you Brazilian cunt.
You're talking to us through a staff at your manor.
Yeah, this is like your granddad be proud.
Yeah, finally it comes out.
Honestly, and I mean this from the deepest pit of my fucking
I will
soul.
buy all your
I
parents'
will
houses and sell
fucking
them.
Kill yous both.
It's kind
Tedious
of it's like when
bastards.
like a professional baseball player.
Right, we're finishing this fucking
In answer to your question, no final thoughts.
Yeah.
Shall I do the plugs?
No, you don't get to plug now.
What else is it? What else is in your notes?
I've covered everything. You've got the Iran trade. You got the. There was the first 6 weeks of the new school year. 4 and 5 year olds in this country in nearly 10,000 schools, which is about half of the primary schools in England.
We covered TikTok.
Will be taken out of class and have questions for the for some new test. It's a reception basic line test or baseline assessment. So we're going to start testing children at 4 and 5 years old for some fucking reason.
Just give him Adderall.
Yeah.
It's far too young to be doing that. There's something about the prevention
test.
green paper,
Yeah.
but we don't have
Most
time.
probably.
Some stuff on Boris Johnson being
Not
a
young
corrupt
enough. Not
piece
old,
of shit.
Not too young to kill.
Right. So I want to. I don't want to thank my guests, but I'm gonna. Do you knobheads have something to plug? You can plug into
When does
that
this come out?
tomorrow.
Sick. Go first. I gotta put my thoughts together.
Check out the Better Banter podcast, available on SoundCloud, iTunes, and whatever else podcasts are available. Podcast about self-care and self-help. Check that out. Host that. I'm also gigging at the Chuckle Quack in South Carolina.
Wait, what?
The Comedy Convent in Louisiana, hosted by Sister Margaret.
I just got common jealous. I never heard of it. I was like, what?
How'd you get that gig?
That sounds sick. Sorry.
Alright, that's all for that.
And yourself?
I'll probably be working at Ashley's Manor in a year's time. Oh no, I'm previewing Tuesday at Top Secret, running my Edinburgh hour at 6 o'clock. So 6:30 p.m. Come and hang at that at Top Secret this weekend, which will be done. I'm around town. Just go to thisismaxwhite.com. I'm here for a week, And then I go to Edinburgh, small run, 19th to the 25th, the City Cafe, midday, which I'll be
No,
being called
19th to 25th.
Yeah, 19th to
Fucking
25th.
pussy.
But I'll be there for the last.
That's more
2
calories
weeks.
than his fake cigarette.
Yeah, for sure.
fucking hell.
Not doing the full dip. Dip it, go and leave. And then I think that's everything. Oh, Instagram at This Is Max White.
Yeah, they're all going to be on there at the end. You just send them.
in Ashley's Instagram. Make them
So thanks to these two. As always, yep, done. Thanks, bye.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was
Ashley.
enjoyable.
That's fun.